Welcome everyone. This is Aim for the Alpine and I'm Vance. Today I wanted to go over some questions from buddies and stuff. What's in my pack? What am I taking? So I figured I'd take the time today. I got everything that I got that I'm going to be putting into my pack laid out on the table here. So this is a gear list for me for what I'm doing, mainly for my elk and mule deer hunting. So it's going to be what I run for day hunts. So I'm going to be leaving the truck in the morning, coming back to the truck at night. Some of this will be in the truck depending on the weather or what the forecast is looking like. I might put some of it in or out of my pack. Might be a few pieces I add to it as the season goes on. This is more the early season, late August, September kind of timeline. Got my gear I'm going to wear, gear that's going to be in my pack, and then my Bino harness, and I might go over my bow as well. So to start off, I'll hit up my boots. So I'm running, these are the Scarpa Kinesis Pro GTX. Run these a couple seasons now. Had good luck with them. Very waterproof, I'll say that. Super comfortable. I have had no issues. As long as I keep them laced up good, they keep my feet happy. And like I said, super waterproof. That's one thing I got to do yet. Clean them, and I'm gonna treat them so that they're re-waterproofed and good to go for this year. Yeah, run these a couple of years now, and they've been really good to me. Base layer I'll be running. This is the Sitka long sleeve tee. I'll run this under on my upper body, and I'll run my Sitka Apex hoodie. That'll be my upper outer mid layer. I won't have a base layer on the bottom. I typically run pretty warm on my legs. On the bottom, I'll be running my Screed Venture pants. Had these a few seasons too. Had pretty good luck with them. Yeah, so these will be what I run on the bottom. And then one of those articles of clothing. This is the Screed Ptarmigan Down 850. So this I'll be in my truck, unless we're going to be getting some lower temperatures. Then I'll shove it in my bag. For late season, I'll run this. I've been running it a couple seasons now. Good luck. Seems pretty durable for being a puppy. And then the other one that I might not always have in my pack, depending on forecast. This is my Browning raincoat. It's been pretty good. Poured a few rainstorms, held up pretty good. And again, that's going to depend on the forecast. We've been pretty wet this summer, so it might be one that just stays in my pack, depending on how it's looking. If I keep it in, pull it out, that'll be kind of determined day by day. See what the weather's looking like, and that'll determine. On those pants, I'll be running, this is my Arcade stretchy belt. I like it because it kind of flexes with you, so you can set it. You don't really have to change it through the day. And it's got a nice, pretty low pro clip once it's clipped together. Not big and bulky, sticking out in front, getting caught by your pack buckle. And then another thing I'll be running, these are my Screed Gators. I'll be wearing them, keep the bottom of my pants from getting too wet, top of my boots pretty dry. It's just nice having gaiters, especially in that tall grass. When the dew's out in the morning, it's pretty nice to have a set of gaiters, kind of help keep that moisture off. I'll be running my Aim for the Alpine hat. And then that kind of rounds out everything that'll be on my body. Next I'll cover, so I'm running a marsupial gear Bino harness. I got the rangefinder pouch on the one side, Got the phone holder pouch on the other, and then just my one knife. So for rangefinder, these are the Vortex, the 3000 Vipers. Pretty good rangefinder. They've been working really good for me. They got the angle comp and stuff in them for archery. They work pretty good. And then for binos, I'm just running Diamondback 10x42s. I'm not doing too far glassing, lots of timber and stuff where I'm going after elk. So for what I need, just checking, making sure it's a legal bull or a bull I want to go after. Works pretty good. Then in the front, I just got some earplugs, spare rangefinder battery, some Orajel, and then I got some chapstick and some Allen wrenches on the side. Got a wind checker on the other side, and then I keep my out call in the front of my phone holder. Then I got one of these, that's the Phelps Easy Sucker cow call. I keep that just tethered to it. And then I just got my Outdoor Edge replaceable blade knife. I think I got like 3 or 4 extra blades in there too. I like to keep that just to have a knife on me. And then in my pack, I have a different one. Now for the good stuff, the actual pack. So I'm running, it's Exo Mountain Gear K3, so they're older model. It's been really good to me. I've used it now probably 5 seasons or more, packed out like dozens of animals with it. Got the 4800 bag on it now. That's mostly what I run. Unless I'm doing longer hunts, I do have the 6400, and that thing will do you for 12 plus days. And then I got, each side I have a hip belt, and then I have an Nalgene holder I mounted just on the hip belt on the right side. I keep it on the right side when I'm running bow, just because I tend to hold the bow on the left. And then I swap it for rifle season. I'll have it on the left side. So when I put my rifle on my right shoulder, it's not in the way. Other than that, I do run, I have the crib panel in between the bag and the frame, so I'm hauling meat out. It helps with that. I think it works phenomenal. It carries weight great, and just really helps hold that meat up onto the frame when you're packing. I guess go straight into, I keep these in my water bladder sleeve. I'll go through and I'll load it as we go, just so everything's in my pack when I'm done. So I keep these just in my water bladder sleeve. They're just 2 buckles with some extra webbing on them. You can just buy them right from Exo. And I just keep these on, so in case when I'm packing out, sometimes the moose quarter, or if I'm doubling elk, gives you a little extra length on them straps when you're packing or when you're loading up. Next, so I'll get into what I throw kind of just more in the bottom of my bag. Kind of just throw, so this is my kill kit. So it's just marsupial, one of them stretchy pouch bags I got. So I got inside, I got marsupial game bags. So I got 4 large elk size ones, and then 2 small deer ones. So depending on what I shoot, if I shoot an elk, obviously, you quarter your elk, and then when I bag it, I put a hind quarter in each bag, and then I put a front quarter, and then all the loose meat off that same side into that bag, and you end up weighing almost identical between the 4 game bags. So I got those game bags, and then obviously with a deer, I do half and half. So I put all of one half into one game bag, all the other half into the other, and then just strap the 2 bags onto the frame and single load a deer out. In addition, I got 4 garbage contractor bags for each game bag, just to keep some of the blood off the pack. I got spare knife blades in here. I do have a meat tart that's also by Marsupial if needed. Got some latex gloves, and then I also have a smaller, one of them white garbage bags. I think it's like a 15 or 20 liter one. And that I'll just put over the head of the animal. When I'm packing it out, I'll skin out the head and then just bag it. Again, just trying to keep some of the blood off of the bag and the frame. Next here in a dry bag, I got a two-person medical first aid kit and a tourniquet. And I always keep that just in the same spot on the lower left side of my bag, just in case I ever need at it. I always know where it is. Then I got it's kind of my everything's pouch. For what's in it, I got my battery bank. This is a 2800 milliamp, so it'll do quite a few charges. I keep my spoon in here. I keep a bug net just in case. Sometimes the mosquitoes get pretty nasty. I do keep my SteriPen. This is the Ultra. It's a rechargeable one. So I keep that in here in case I got to clean water. And then I do have some backup water tabs that I keep in here as well. And then I got my different charging cords for all of my different electronics. The backup lighter, couple flossers because you never know. You don't want something stuck in your tooth. Nothing drives me crazier than that. And then I keep a little bit of stuff to work on my bow. So I've got a length of D-loop material and some serving wrapped around it just in case something pops loose. Cord on my rest or peep comes untied. You never know. Might need some. And then I also have so that's the State of Field system by Matthews. So I keep it in here in a Ziploc with a couple extra sight tapes. So if anything ever happens, tape gets ripped off or something, I got new sight tape on me. I can just put it on quick. And then obviously if I got to do something on the bow, I got the State of Field system. So that's nice to have when I'm bow hunting. And then I keep everything's pouch just in there on top of my game bags. And this is just some TP wipes and hand sanitizer because you never leave home without that. Next, so pretty basic stove setup. I have something different if I'm doing a longer hunt. And same thing with some of this stuff, like the game bags. If I'm doing a backcountry hunt, like for a sheep, I'll take a different arrangement of game bags and garbage bags. I won't take all of them. But this is just day hunt. So if I got a little extra weight in game bags, I'm not packing a shelter and a whole bunch of food. So it's pretty easy to get away with. So for my stove, so I'll just run a day amount of food. And I'll just usually have like a Peaks meal in there or something. Sometimes I won't always eat it. If I'm back to the truck midday, depending, I'll eat at the truck. I'll just kind of keep that food in the pack for the next day or when I need it. But I just like to have the stove. Big thing too is like I won't necessarily eat it, but if I down an elk late in the evening, then I got that. Okay, I can sit down, have a meal while I'm waiting, and I go retrieve the elk, get it quartered up, and I'm fueled up so I can get out of the bush, and I don't have to necessarily go back to the truck to get some more food. So this one's just the old Pocket Rocket by MSR. I just keep one canister, the 4-ounce canisters in the little pot, and it's just one of them with the fold-out handles. So it's pretty light, pretty easy to use, but it's kind of nice. Packs up pretty small, and I just keep that in my pack so that I have it. Next, couple things that I'll have in here, a couple of my electronics. So I got an InReach Mini 2. And I'll keep that just in my lid. And I just got it on the pay-as-you-use plan. So I don't need it. I just got it. If I do need it, I turn it on and use it. Also, I'm going to obviously, just a quick note, I go through all of my batteries get changed out. Everything gets fully charged and all that before season. So that'll go on the top of my lid. So I know where it's at if I need it. And the only other thing that'll go on the top with me is I got my Black Diamond. It's one of the 400 lumen headlights. It's also rechargeable, USB-C. I think most of my stuff is USB-C chargeable now. So I got my power bank in here. So if I ever need to recharge a headlamp, I got it. That'll go up in the lid with my InReach. It's kind of only two things I keep in that top. And then the bigger lid pocket, I'll keep some stuff. And I do got one of the stash pockets from EXO in there. So I always put my keys and wallet in here, zip them up. So no matter what I'm doing, if I'm digging around in my bag, I can never lose my keys or my wallet. They're always in that separate pull out or in that separate stash pocket zipped up. So this pack I have has two of those compartments, two zip pockets on the inside of the flap. So in there, I always keep a little bit of some of this paracord in case, got to hang some quarter bags or something like that. It's just really nice to have. And I'll keep a spare headlamp in here. This is just an Ozark one, kind of cheap one from Walmart, but it works pretty good. Been pretty bright, pretty light. Same thing, I just keep it charged in here. The really only time I use it is if my main headlight goes down or I'm charging my main headlight. I still have a headlight to use while that's charging. And that one just kind of never leaves that pouch. I just keep it in there. And then the only other thing I'll keep in that pouch is a lighter. And on this one, I just got a little bit of duct tape on it. Oh, sorry, I guess. And then the other things I will keep in there, I got two more knife blades for my knife, for my outdoors reusable blade knife. I'll keep those in there in that pouch just so I have them. And then in my other pouch, I keep a couple pairs. I just got a couple other backup gloves I like to have in case I rip one of the ones out of my main kilt kit. And then I got a backup release. So this was my main release up until it ripped. So I did fix it, sewed the leather back together, part of it tore. And I just keep it in here as a backup to my main release in case I have an issue with that one. Then so I'll run, I like running the Nalgene on the outside, nice to get at, and it doesn't take up room in my bag, whereas a bladder, it will. And what I've done is, it's just a standard Nalgene, but I bought these lids off Amazon, and then it's got the drink spout on it. So I like this because when you fill, so I use my Steri-Pen to sterilize the water, but you don't want to drink out of the same spot when you're filling. So you can fill, sterilize, the inside water is good, but you don't have to put your mouth on the outside. You put your lid on, and then you have a separate spout to drink out of, so that you're not drinking out of the spot that you filled and could potentially have dirty water on. In addition to the water system, I'll keep just a 3-liter platypus in here. I'll always keep a bunch of water bottles in my truck, and then I'll just fill it before I head up. Or if I'm up there and I find out there's only one water source and I know I'm going in deeper, higher, or farther, or just that simple, when you down an elk, you need a lot of water, maybe on your first load back to the truck and you're going back in, you can fill that, so you have an extra 2 liters of water. The bag weighs almost nothing, so I just like to keep it in my pack just to have. Then we're getting more to the external of my pack. On the bottom, so this is the Kuiu bow cover. So it's a bow and arrow and sight cover. I don't pull it out often, but I like to have it. Sometimes, maybe after I've killed something, or if I'm heading and the rain's, if I'm going out and it's raining pretty heavy or something, I might put it on just to try to protect the bow a little bit. For the most part, I'll just keep it in here, and I got it if I need it. These are my black diamond cork handle trekking poles. These ones I typically won't take with me unless I'm going on a mountain hunt. But I'll keep them at the truck. So if I'm going to load and just haul meat, then sometimes I'll run them depending on the terrain. If I figure I need them, then I might throw them in my pack just to have them. Last couple things. I got just a little work sharpener. I keep that in here. And then I just got a little fixed blade knife that I keep in here as well. I'll use that when I'm breaking down animals sometimes if I'm not using my outdoor edge. I like my outdoor edge knife quite a bit, and I'll usually run it, but it's nice to have that fixed blade knife as kind of a backup just with you in case. And then I keep my tag pouch in my same pocket, so it's in there with my knife and my poker pocket. And then the only other stuff I got is my couple things that I run in my hip belts. So in one side, I just got some, these are just some mechanics gloves for the cooler mornings when you're heading out. Sometimes it's nice to just have them. And then I just keep them in my pocket here, just so if at any point in time I need them, I got them. And then same thing with my Sitka Jetstream beanie, just that keep that toque in here. Same thing when it gets colder, maybe it gets a little windy. It's nice to have something to cover your ears. And then I got a bunch of extra calls. I just keep that in this little pocket on the other hip belt. And then there, loaded up and ready for season. Might do a sheep hunt this year. We'll see how everything plays out with filling some elk tags and stuff. So that gear list would be a little different. Obviously, I would have a sleep system, and then some of this I wouldn't bring, and I'd bring some other stuff depending on duration of the hunt and time of year. Could change that a little bit. But this is pretty much my go-to bag setup for day hunting elk and deer here in Alberta. I'll grab my scale, I'll give it a quick weigh just to see what it's at. It's pretty light. Obviously, this is no food in it, no water. So I'll have a liter of water at a minimum, and then a day's amount of food, so it'd be another few pounds. Yeah, so we are only 16 pounds. So if you include water and 1.5 pounds of food, still under 20 pounds for day hunting. Definitely some stuff I can take out of the pack, make it even lighter. But at 16 pounds, like, you don't even notice it's on you at this point. And the next I'll go over is my bow. So this is my main bow. I got a backup, very similar bow to this one. But this is my main one that I'll be hunting with. So this is a Phase 4 Matthews. This one's the 29 axle to axle, and it's set at 28 and 70. I got black and gold mountain light 3-pin. So I got the dual indicator, slider, go out past 100 yards. I got the Hansky Trinity limb-driven rest on it. I like that. So like on a cable-driven rest, I don't have to manually load it up. I can just drop my arrow straight in. I've had it a few times where you're going through and an animal comes in pretty quick. Sometimes you don't have that extra time, or you don't want to be fumbling trying to get the rest in the upright position. I don't want to have to mess with that, so I can just drop my arrow in, draw back, and shoot. That's another little thing I do. So I keep all my lock vanes pointing back. So when I pull them off, I go straight and load, and I don't have to look at the position it's in. Because when I pull it and I know it's in the straight back position in the quiver, I know that when I pull it and get it loaded, that it's pointing upright. So it's one less step I have to worry about. And that's another reason I run the single latch style of release. So I can hook on to my D-loop without lowering my eyes and looking at it. I can just load an arrow, and when I need to, I can just hook onto my D-loop without losing whatever I want to be looking at, making sure the elk isn't looking at me, or if it's moving through, I don't lose it for a little period of time while I'm hooking on my D-loop. Then obviously I got my leg limbs on. I shoot with them year all the time. I like having that little bit of weight kind of down low. I feel it works well as a stabilizer. I don't run a back bar, and I find I've messed with it in different ways, and I found that seemed to be the best for me, is just not having a back bar, but keeping my leg limbs on. Then I just got a little 8-inch podium archer stabilizer on. and that rounds out my bow setup. My arrows are a Easton Axis 5 mil. These are 340 spline. Running their number 3 collar. It's a 17 grains. And then on the front, I'm running the QAD Exodus broadheads. Puts me right on that 438 grains. I think I'm like 285 feet per second, kind of right where I like to be. And for me, that's worked well, really well on a lot of different animals. So yeah, that kind of sums up my pack, my Bino harness, the gear I'm wearing, and the weapon I'm taking. So that's everything I'll have on me in 3 weeks when I head out for opening day after some elk. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I appreciate that. If you could like the video, subscribe, maybe share the channel with a buddy or something, that'd be cool. I appreciate all of that. And if you have any questions, drop them below. I'm more than willing to answer. Or even if there's something maybe you think I shouldn't bring or I should bring that I'm missing, and you just have something you'd like to add, that's also much appreciated. And till next time, thanks again.